day, right? I realized that I've learned a lot, that I've grown in the last 21 days. I've grown a whole fucking lot, let me tell you. Normally, I would be real offensive when I would say something to my man and he would give me his opinion. I would get real offensive, real defensive, defensive, everything, all in one. And I would fucking talk shit like, oh, I don't need you. Blah, 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 blah. I don't need this shit. Today, I was doing my last day of the class. And he's like, yo, why didn't you tell me that was like a life coach type of thing? You know what I'm saying? You told me it was for your job. I said, no. What I said was that for my job, the day I told you, I said, for my job, I'm taking a class and it's every Monday and Wednesday. And I got to take it for 2 hours while I'm at work. But I have to also do this thing in the morning. It's like a class and it's wake up with Peach. But I didn't tell him it was a life coach. I was like, just to work on my personal self and my personal growth and just to see if I could do things differently, because I normally do things a certain way and it don't work for me, and then I give up. So whatever. And he had told me, he brushed it off like nothing. Well, the other day we picked up his friend to take him to work, right? Because they work together. So he saw that I was watching Wake Up with Peach in the morning. He's like, oh, you watch Wake Up with Peach? Yeah, I know her, I grew up with her, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, that's cool, whatever. So I guess him and my man must have talked about it, right? So I guess my man must have felt some type of way, because he was like, you told me that show was for work. You ain't say that was like a life coach type of thing. And I'm like, no, you're confusing the situation, because when I did tell you, I guess you either was interested in the game, because he was playing the game, and maybe you had a little one too many 2 drinks, and maybe I should have told you when you wasn't drinking or something. I don't fucking know, but I thought you registered what I said. You just mixed up what I said, and now you feel like I made you look stupid or something. I don't know. I was like, this was never the intent. Like, my intent was not to do this for you to feel some type of way. He's like, but why do you feel like you gotta do some shit like that? Like, you don't gotta do that. He's like, so I explained to him, listen, there's things that has happened that I need to learn how to work with my feelings, that I need to see how to be productive. There's 5 areas in my life: my personal, my relationship, my parental, my career, my financials, and my career. Those are 5 steps, right? You can't go and just think about financials. You have to start with yourself. You have to start with your relationship, your parental, and then your career. Your financial, and then career. That's what it is. You have to write down the goals. You got to do this. You got to do that. The third, and you got to do all this, and you can't skip a step, bitch. You can't, because then you're gonna get it like answers the way I used to be before. Nothing really fucking stays. Nothing really clicks. So since I've been doing the 21 classes, I've been consistent with myself. Even on days that I don't want to be here. Even not that I don't want to be here. Excuse me. Let me phrase it. Even days that I don't want to do the things that I'm supposed to do, I still do them, right? So a lot has been working on me, and not and all of it is all 5s, but I try to do all 5s the most that I can. And I've noticed that I've grown with as my anger situation. I don't get angry. I don't, I think and I listen. So he was I was like, listen, this is what I want to do. And I just been wanting to do it for a while, and I just haven't done it because I feel like it wasn't for like I didn't want the rejection. And I know that everybody was going to have a fucking opinion. He's like, Irma, you need it to be realistic. He's like, I love you, but you need it really realistic. That right there is not going to make you money. You gotta, what makes you stand out from millions of people that are trying to do the same thing? And I'm listening, and that kind of hurt my feelings. That really did hurt my feelings. It didn't kind of hurt my feelings. So I'm listening, and I'm like, yeah, you're right. And I'm just registering what he's saying, right? Because I have to register these emotions now, because it's starting to hurt my feelings, and I didn't want to react. I was like, I hear you, but it's something that I want to do, and I'm going to continue to do it. He's like, okay. And I understand that. He's like, you know what, Irma, if you went online and shake your ass, I'm pretty sure just by you wear regular clothes and just shaking that fat ass, you could make money real fast. I was like, yeah, but that's not what I want to do. I don't want to shake my ass. I know that if I shake my ass, I can make money. Bitch, who can't? Any bitch that shake their ass online can make money. He's like, no. If you was to do it, girl, you break that internet. And I chuckled. I was like, yeah, but I don't think I want to do something like that. He's like, all right, but you got to be realistic. He's like, if you sold your feet pictures, that's cash money right there. It's like, yeah, you're right. So I'm like, damn, he's right. He's like, but as far as your truth and creating content, Irma, everybody's doing it. What makes you different from other people? He's like, baby, I love you, but we live a boring life. you we live a boring life, like, and we're happy, yes, but nobody wants to watch that shit. Who the fuck wants to watch that shit? I was like, but it's not about that. I was like, you're right, a lot of people might not want to watch that shit, might not want to watch it, but I'm not recording that I live a boring life at home. What I'm trying to do is listen. It's there's people out here that are hurting themselves every day because they think that they got to party all the time. There's girls out here having sex because they think having sex is the right thing to do. That's not. I need to show them and tell them my story so they can understand that you don't have to do that. There's a different way. I want to tell them my story and tell them what they could have done, what I could have done if I had the same mindset I have now, so they can understand. And I told them, even if I reach one person, I'm happy with that. And yes, I want to make money with this because I'm going to treat this like a job. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to do the action. And I was like, and I was thinking about, he was like, Irma, what makes you different than anybody else? Let's be realistic. So that drilled in my head. So I thought about it. I was in my feelings though. And I didn't want to show him that I was in my feelings. So I was like, yeah, you're right. I was like, you're right. I gotta use the bathroom. I was like, and then he walked away for a second, and then he's like, what are you doing? I was like, I gotta use the bathroom. So I was gonna get in my feelings and say, fuck this shit. I'm not doing it. He's right. I'm not doing this shit. Why the fuck am I gonna put myself out there? He's right. He's fucking right. What the fuck do I have that somebody else don't have? What the fuck am I gonna do why do I feel like I'm gonna do so great, but he just did a reality check? And then I cried for a second. Then I said, wait a minute. Wait a minute, Irma. Take a breather. And I looked at myself in the mirror and I said, you know what makes me different? I'm consistent. You know what makes me different? I'm amazing. You know what makes me different? That I'm still alive and I'm still here after all those battles and after all those trials. That's what makes me different. What makes me different is that I'm honest. Again, and what makes me different is that I'm consistent now with myself. So yeah, everybody might want to be doing this, and it's not for everybody. But see, I'm gonna keep showing up and I'm gonna keep doing what I gotta do, because that vision that I saw and that I see and that I feel is real, and I'm not gonna stop it. And I get out the bathroom and I tell him, I was like, let me give you an example, John. When we were about to move, right? You didn't want me to leave from Connecticut to Florida. Nobody did. A lot of people didn't. They were saying how I was going to have a downfall, how I was going to go back home, how this was stupid, and I was ignorant for doing this. Like, why are you trying to do something like this? Blah, blah, blah. I came out here and it was hard. It was hard. So many nights I cried. I had to walk in the heat. I had to catch buses. I had to be in places that I didn't know where I was at, crying because I was lost. Bitch, be in buses for hours, popping up in Nebraska Street, and I'm like, bitch, I'm in Hartford. Because, Connecticut and Hartford, like Zion Street, is like fucking Nebraska Street out here. And I'm like, shit, what the fuck am I doing? I gotta go back home, bitch. I gotta go back home. And then something stopped me and said, no, girl, you're not going home. You're gonna keep pushing through. And yeah, maybe I had 3 jobs and another side job, all 4 together. And yeah, maybe I cried. And yeah, maybe I was sad. And yeah, maybe I was alone. And yeah. But bitch, I've been here 10 years and I'm good. I'm good. I moved to the apartment I'm in 3 months while I was out here. Yeah, other people opened those doors for me, but I was the one that fucking made that money. I was the one that woke up every day. I was the one that wasn't getting high and wasn't partying. I was the one that was doing what I had to do. I was on a grind, bitch. And I did that. And I did that. And I'm here, right? And I'm here and I'm still going. And now I'm going to what I really want. And yeah, a lot of people can't see that vision, including him, because he's a realistic person. But his mindset and mine are 2 different things. And then I think about it. I must think, the old me would have argued with him, and then I would have gave up. I would have gave up and be like, yo, he's right. See, me now is like, yeah, you valid. You are making valid points. And I understand them. And I get them. But here it is. That's not my reality. What you think that you can't do or what others can do don't mean that I can't do it, baby. I proven myself to myself time after time after time after time that when I put my mind to something, it happens. It just does. And my desire is real. My faith is real. My want is real. I want this more than anything in the motherfucking world. So you really think I'm gonna give up that easy? Not this time, I won't. So I say that to say this. I am so proud of myself because I took into consideration what he said, but I didn't make it to where I was going to give up on myself because he made valid points. He made valid points for himself, for other people that stopped doing things. But for me, bitch, I already seen what I saw. And like I always say, I cannot unsee what I've seen, and I can't unsee what I've seen. I can't undo what I've done. And if I heard it, I can't unhear it. If I read it, I can't unread it. If I saw it, I can't unsee it. So, bitch, I'm not going to go backwards. And this, let me tell you something. I love my man. And regardless that he told me what he told me, and yes, and the old Irma would have been like, fuck it, I ain't doing this shit. He right. See, me right now, I understand what he's saying, and you can't understand what somebody else says, but that's not my vision, and that's not my reality, and it's okay because I'm gonna show him again that I got this, and we could do it. And like he says, Irma, I'm gonna always be there by your side. I don't give a fuck if you. He's like, you delusional sometimes, but I don't give a fuck because I love you, Irma. I don't give a fuck. But don't ever expect me not to tell you how I feel about certain situations because I don't want somebody else telling you. And he's like, your demeanor is real strong, girl. And comments, people are gonna say some fucking hurtful shit. Are you ready for that? He's like, you know what? I'm going to stand by your side, but I feel what I feel. And I was like, it's okay, baby. I accept that. And I appreciate you telling me. And, you know, I hugged it out, gave him a kiss, and kept it going. But that was called growth, ho. Because the old me would have been like, yeah, you're right. Fuck this shit. Fuck it. That's how you feel? Fuck it. You fucking right? Fuck this shit. I would have started crying, went to the bathroom, would have started crying, would have rolled the blood, would have smoked that bitch, would have said, fuck all this shit. The fuck am I doing? Let me go do some motherfucking Uber Eats that's going to make me real cash right away. Bitch, I can still do Uber Eats for cash. And I'm going to still have that bank. And that 10 grand that I'm striving for is going to come. That 5 grand, the 10 grand, the 100,000 grand, the 1.5 mil. All that shit is going to come at time when it's supposed to be. But trust and believe I will have it. Because my mindset is different, baby. Like I said, I can't unsee what I've seen, and I can not undo what I've done. So, with that said, just look, if you have a dream, push through. Some people might think that you're delusional, but it's okay. And you know what? This doesn't change how I feel about a man. I ain't gonna leave him. We're not gonna leave each other. It just makes me see that it's okay. I can hear what people gotta say, and I could even understand what they're saying, but I'm not gonna apply it to my reality. Sorry, I'm not. And I'm not sorry, actually. I'm just not gonna apply it to my reality. It's sad that a lot of motherfuckers are closed-minded. And again, I'm glad that I did what I did for the last 21 days with that Wake Up with Peach class. You know, she's a good teacher. She makes it good. She knows what she's talking about in a lot of ways, because I've grown in 21 days in ways that I've never grown in my life. So you know what? I'm okay with what just happened. And now I'm gonna go up in this bitch and buy some fucking breakfast food so I can make some French toast and shit. I love you guys. Be safe.